Kevin Raposo here with SpeedyPhotographer.com, and what you just watched was entirely shot on an iPhone 12. I teamed up with professional actor Tim D to put that together, and I was pretty impressed with what I got straight out of the phone, but I was even more impressed after I compared it to the Canon 1DX Mark II, which is a $6,000 flagship camera. And during this shoot, I actually had the iPhone 12 gaffer taped to the top of that camera with both of them mounted to my Ronin S, making sure to keep the two lenses as close together as possible. And I knew the comparison would come close, but I didn't think it would be this close. So now I'm going to play back the same sequence again, side by side with the 1DX Mark II. And I'm going to mix and match every shot, so have a look and see if you can figure out which one is which. Alright, so before a bunch of you start telling me that this comparison is pointless, that these shots are heavily processed and oversaturated, and that you can't replace a 1DX Mark II with an iPhone, thanks, I understand that. I'm not about to replace my flagship camera with a phone, and I wouldn't normally process pictures and videos like this. There were actually 3 key points that I wanted to make with this comparison. Number 1, notice how I used a $6,000 camera body, but I paired it with a $500 lens, the Tokina 11-16mm f2.8. This goes completely against everything you should do when it comes to investing in gear. Why? Because if I start pixel peeping this shot of Tim, you'll see that it looks better than the iPhone 12, but the difference is not that big. On the other hand, if I compare this long exposure shot that I took at night with the Canon 24-70mm f2.8, which is a $2,000 lens, you'll see that the iPhone doesn't even come close. That's because at the end of the day, lenses matter more than any camera body ever will. And using this cheaper lens actually made the comparison look closer than it really was. Number 2, notice how these professional quality pictures and videos were both shot with the same camera. If we made this comparison 10 years ago, there would be no way I could test the photo and video features of both cameras at the same time. My point is that the technology we use for photography and video production is converging quickly, changing the media production landscape not just for professionals, but also for consumers. Number 3, the compression algorithms used on platforms like YouTube make the difference between these two cameras a lot less noticeable. Even though I posted this video in 4K, I'm going to bet that a lot of you probably started watching it in 1080p or on a tiny screen. And this actually gives you an advantage if you're a content creator on a budget by allowing you to hide some of the imperfections in your pictures and videos, drawing the viewer's attention to the creative elements of your work instead. But in order to make a shot like this look like this, or a shot like this look like this, it actually takes a bit of work and a good understanding of your camera. You can't just start shooting in auto mode and expect everything to look good. Lighting, composition, color, and editing are all an important part of this. For example, I took these two pictures straight out of camera. The iPhone 12 looks way better than the 1DX Mark II because it's already been heavily processed. But with a little bit of work in Lightroom, I can make both of them look pretty similar. I actually have another video on my YouTube channel where I explain 8 steps you can follow to improve the quality of pictures and videos taken with your phone. And if you're interested in learning more about photography and some video production, I've actually created a full course teaching you everything I know about how to make money with the camera. So if you're interested, head over to speedyphotographer.com to check that out. So that wraps up this comparison. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more free content, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at the links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.